Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to give you a little update, as I do every week, on the things that I'm currently reading, the things that I'll be picking up within the next few days, both physically and on audiobook, and what I'll be getting into throughout the week. Plus, I'll be giving you a little bit of an update on my NaNoWriMo progress later on. So the very first thing that I am actually already currently reading is The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. This is the first book in the Licanius trilogy. This was a book that was actually self-published and then recently picked up by Orbit, and its release date is actually tomorrow, November 8th. I was hoping to have it finished before the day it actually came out. That's not going to happen. I am about halfway through it, and I'm hoping to get through quite a bit more today. And hopefully over the next couple days I will be able to finish it and get a review up of it. And yeah, it comes out tomorrow. It's an epic fantasy involving quite a lot of things, quite a lot of characters. There's a lot going on in this, and I'll have quite a lot to say about it in the review that I do within the next coming days. Despite a lot of things happening in this, one after the other, it does feel kind of slow, and I'm not sure why that is, but I am enjoying reading it. I am enjoying the time that I've spent on it, and I do look forward to seeing where it goes. And then sometime after reading that, right after that, I'm going to be hopefully reading and finishing these two books, The Unnoticeables by Robert Brockway and The Empty Ones by Robert Brockway. This is the first book and the second book in a series, or maybe it's just these two books. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more or not. These were sent to me by Tor, and unsolicited. I asked for some other books, and the publicist decided to send me these as well, and I'm going to pick them up and give them a shot and see what I think of them, and hopefully do a review of them. They're both like comedy horror about angels and demons set in the punk rock scene of New York City. And actually I was looking through this a little bit and reading the first page, because I do that a lot of the times when I get books. I'll just read the first page and see what I think, and I actually am quite intrigued, a little bit more than I thought it would be. This isn't necessarily something that I would have asked for on my own, because I didn't, but I did read the first page and kind of got a kick out of what it said, so I'll share that with you. I met my guardian angel today. She shot me in the face. I'm not much for metaphor, so when I say guardian angel, I don't mean some girl with big eyes and swiveling hips who I put on a ridiculous pedestal. I mean that she was an otherworldly being assigned by some higher power to watch over me. And when I say shot me in the face, I don't mean she blew me away or took me by surprise. I mean she manifested a hand of pure, brilliant white energy, pulled out an old weather-beaten Cold Navy revolver, and put a bullet right through my left eyeball. So that sounds intriguing to me. It's a good way to start the book. I don't know what comes after that. After I read that, I decided, okay, I'm going to put this down. That's enough for me to go in with. And so I'll go in hopefully and enjoy it. We'll see. So those are the physical books I'm going to be reading this week. As far as audio, I'm going to be finishing up Dragons of Dorcastle by Jack Campbell. This is the first book in the Pillars of Reality series. It seems the series was written specifically to be on Audible as an audiobook, which is really interesting to me. So far, I really like it a lot. I've not listened to too much of it, but I'm about a quarter of the way through it, I believe. And it's got a lot of steampunk vibes to it, and it's a fantasy. It's got these two guilds in it that are very much opposing one another. There's very, very opposing two ways of thought in this world that it takes place in which there are mages and mechanics. Mages are the ones who practice magic. They're very emotionless and just don't seem to care about life very much. They're a bit on the downcast side. They're not exactly a warm bunch of people. And then on the other side is the mechanics, who are also actually not a very warm group of people. They both have very harsh training conditions for the younger versions of them. And so these two younger characters, this younger mage and this younger mechanic, the mechanics are the people who they create things, they engineer things, they're engineers, and they create like physical weapons. And so the mechanics believe that everything the mages do are just fake and a hoax, and everything that the mages think everything that the mechanics do doesn't work, that it's silly nonsense. And so it's kind of interesting to see these two this younger mage and this younger mechanic clash in their interactions. And so far it's just kind of like a little adventure story surrounding them, and I'm interested to see where it goes. And then after that, I'm going to be picking up Arabella of Mars, which I don't know way too much about. I know it's like as if we in the 1600s got to Mars somehow and set up a colony there, and now 100 years later we follow this girl named Arabella who lives in a British colony on Mars, and that's all I really needed to know about it. I checked this out on Overdrive from my library, and then I also checked out Needful Things by Stephen King. This is a Stephen King book that I haven't read in quite a while, It's one of my favorite Stephen King books, and it's one of my favorite examples of his where he creates like a small town setting and really brings the small town to life. I put this on hold to try and listen to it in October, and it just came off of hold, so I'm just going to listen to it now anyway, because I'm still in the mood to listen to it. It's basically about this overly charismatic guy who sets up a shop all of the sudden in this town called Needful Things. It just kind of pops up out of nowhere, and it's got something for everyone at consequences to whoever decides to partake of that. So it's one of my favorites, and I really enjoyed it a lot, and I've been really wanting to get back into it because it was something I really enjoyed the experience of reading, and I would want to experience it again. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'll be listening to or picking up if I get through anything else besides those things, but I know what else I'm going to be doing all this week, and that is NaNoWriMo. This is my book so far. This is my writing notebook. So far, I am sitting at just below 9,000 words for NaNoWriMo, which means that I am, that's as of yesterday, that's as of me finishing on Sunday. And so I am about from where NaNoWriMo has you being, the word count that they want you to be at the end of those 6 days is right over 10,000. So I am about 1,000 words behind, which actually it does have like a stat tracker. So it tells you how many words you need to write every single day in order to still finish on November 30th. It tells you how many extra words need to be written every day in order for you to be able to do that. And so I'll either try to write those extra words every single day, or I will just try to crank out many more words in a couple days or the next couple days and try to catch up that way. So hopefully by tonight I can maybe catch up quite a bit, and maybe tomorrow be completely caught up, but we'll see how that goes. Either way, I am extremely happy with how things are going. I am very, very happy with how things are coming out. Things are flowing so well right now, and I'm so excited for what I've written. There are people on my NaNoWriMo writing buddy list that are quite a bit ahead of me. They're like 14,000, 15,000, 20,000. I'm just like, I wish I could write as fast as you or give more time to it as you have, but I have been giving time to it every day. I've written every single day. I've written something every single day. It's ranged from like 500 words to 2,500 words in one day, and so that's kind of like I've been fluctuating back and forth in that range somewhere. And I mean, I wish I could crank out as many words as that and be that ahead, but at the same time, the words that I have brought out, I'm just proud of myself that I've written every single day. I have given myself time to write every single day, and I can foresee myself giving myself time to do it every single day from now on. And everything that I've written, I've loved. I mean, sure, it's not perfect by any means, but the way the story is coming out is exactly the way that I wanted it to come out, and it makes me very happy. And most of this week was spent writing my prologue. My prologue is about 17 pages long. I did plan out all of my stuff. I planned out a lot of the chapters, and I've been outlining quite extensively for the past few months. As I mentioned in my last week's currently reading and writing video, I outlined quite a bit, and I know what direction I need my characters and my plot and my scenes to go in. So the prologue scene started to go in a direction that I didn't realize it was going to go, but still kept in line with my outline. And so I kind of went with it. I was at the end of this one page, and I was just like, this is going in a different way. So I kind of sat there and thought for a second. I was like, yeah, let me roll with this. So I rolled with it, and it ended up going a way that I love, and I'm so happy with it. And I'm really looking forward to getting more and more into chapter 1, about maybe halfway through chapter 1, if I had to guess. About halfway through chapter 1 right now, and quite enjoying that scene as well. So hopefully that'll continue. I'm really excited about it. Here's a little look into my pages so far. I'm handwriting my first draft, and quite enjoying that. I always do. I always enjoy handwriting things. It's a lot of fun for me to handwrite things. So yeah, this has been really great. Something that I've been really doing that I've been really happy with myself about is that I've not been editing myself as I go along. Sometimes I cross out words like immediately. I'm just like, oh, that wasn't what I meant to say, so I just cross it out real quick and then keep going. But I haven't gone back and edited myself at all, even though there are things that I know I want to edit. For example, in my prologue, there are certain things that I realized afterwards that I wish I had included, that I kind of want to push slightly differently in some ways, and that's okay. I'm not going to go back and edit those things. What I've done is started writing down a list. I'm going to start writing down a list for each chapter of things that I know that I want to go back and edit later on after the first draft is over. So right now I have a list for my prologue of things that I know I'm going to go back and change later. I haven't completely made a list for chapter 1 yet because I'm not done with chapter 1. But when I'm done with chapter 1, I'm sure there'll be things that that I'll start to think of that'll be like, oh, I have to go back later and fix that. So, for example, there's a lot of character stuff happening in the prologue, but there are certain character interactions that I want to emphasize more. And so like, okay, so I'll write on my list, emphasize these character interactions a little bit more, put a little bit more dialogue in there, and then I'll be good. So I'm going to do that later on when I go through and do a second draft. So that's how I've been doing things, and it's been working out quite well for me. We'll see if it continues to. I hope you guys are having fun with it as well. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And that's one thing that, like, looking on my writing buddy list is that yes, lots of people are ahead of me, but I like when I see people. When I refresh the page, refresh my writing buddy page, and see people's words counts have gone up by like a bunch, like 2,000 or even 1,000. Like I see their word counts go up, and I get so excited for them. I'm just like, yeah, that's awesome. You guys rock, and it's really awesome to see. So I really do hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and let me know how it's going for you. I'd love to hear how NaNoWriMo is going for you, what your experience has been so far. With your writing, if you're happy with what you've been writing, and if you're happy with the direction things are going, because I very much am, and I think that's something that I feel the happiest about. It's not even that I'm at a certain word count, it's that I'm having a lot of fun, and it's been making me really happy in general. So anyway, I think that's it for today. If you guys have read anything that I talked about today, I'd love to hear your thoughts on those books. If you are writing for NaNoWriMo, like I said, I'd love to hear how this first week has been for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've got several reviews that I'll be posting over the next few days, and several reviews that I posted over the past week, so I hope you'll check those out as they come out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later with more.